HarperCollins presents I Did It For You by Amy Engel. Read by Jennifer Pickens, Amanda Stribling, and Sean Patrick Hopkins.
As long as you live, there's always something waiting. And even if it's bad, and you know it's bad, what can you do? You can't stop living. Truman Capote, In Cold Blood. Ludlow, Kansas. She returned at dusk, just as the sun was sinking into red fire, drove straight into town and took a right on Elm, rolling through the stop sign the way she always had. She was older now, her face thinner, eyes guarded, but instantly recognizable, even after all these years. Ludlow never forgot its own. The first call came from Mrs. Allard, who looked up from raking her last pile of leaves in time to see the car sail past. "She's back," she told Chet after she'd rushed inside, cell phone clutched hard in her hand. "About time, too." "I'm sure she's had her reasons for staying away," Chet said, and Mrs. Allard huffed. Typical. Chet had always had a soft spot for Greer Dunning. They all had, truth be told, especially after the murders. How could they not, when there was no way to avoid seeing how hard her sister's death had hit? At first, all Greer's grief spewed outward in frantic claims that the police had missed something, that there had to be more to the story. She stopped anyone who would stand still long enough to listen, hands plucking at sleeves, wide eyes imploring, begging to be believed, even as all the evidence said otherwise. And then, as the weeks passed and it became clear the police had the right man and he'd acted alone, they watched as she drew into herself, turned quiet and wary as something closed off in her, tightened up like a hard shell. She became unknowable, and over time people stopped trying because Ludlow only liked secrets it could eventually pry loose. After Mrs. Allard hung up, Chet spread the word. One call turning into 10, those 10 multiplying into 30. The news winding its way through town, easing under doors and over backyard fences. By morning everyone would know. Everyone would have an opinion. Resentment that the big city girl thought she could show up after more than a decade and fit right back in like she'd never left. Compassion at the thought of her returning home, maneuvering around parents who'd given up a long time ago. Jealousy that no matter the reason behind it, at least she'd managed to get away. Hope that this time things would be different. And above and around and through it all, Ludlow listened, breathed and remembered. Back to a time when the Dunning sisters rode their bikes down the middle of the street, pigtails flying, ate corn dogs on the 4th of July wearing matching dresses spangled with stars, grew apart as the years passed, robbed of the chance to ever stitch back together. They watched her make the final turn onto her street, slide her car up to the curb and turn off the engine. Hands clenched on the steering wheel, eyes closed on a shuddering breath. "I've been waiting for you," Ludlow whispered as she stepped out of the car, a soft breeze against her pale cheek. "Welcome home."
Chapter 1. I didn't attend the execution, although I was invited. Invited. Such a civilized word for a string of events that began with my sister's brains being blown out and ended with his veins pumped full of state-sanctioned poison. I heard later, through the grapevine, that his final words were, "I shouldn't have done it." A pretty half-assed apology, if you asked me. That same grapevine reported a last meal of chicken fried steak and twice-baked potatoes, capped off with fresh strawberry shortcake. I wondered, for a long time, if it had been the kind made with biscuits or the kind made with angel food cake. Those were the type of pointless details my mind snagged on to keep it from having to think about uglier ones. Like how long it took him to die. 12 minutes, for the record. I wish that brought me some pleasure. Or, at least, more pleasure than it does. After he was gone, I put him away. Did my best to shove him in.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?